So I wanted to tell you a little bit about learning in this class, because it'll be a little different probably from some of the classes that you've been in, especially college classes. I'm convinced that our learning experiences have distorted our understanding of what learning is. Learning is not sitting in a classroom and just reading things and spitting it back. Learning is also not necessarily fun, but it should be very joyful. It can be very, very difficult. And actually, some of the things that we may be doing in here could be difficult because they'll be challenging some of your assumptions, challenging some of the things maybe you've thought about for a long time, and forcing you maybe to confront some new ideas about yourself and new ways of thinking. We've spent a lot of time focusing our left brain in education on things about how do we analyze things, how do we quantify things. But we're going to be spending a lot of time on our right brain, which is thinking about intuitions, thinking about emotions, thinking about feelings, and how those things contribute to your understanding of leadership and who you are. So we tend to think about knowledge as bricks, that I'm going to throw bricks at you, open your head, and you're going to drop them in, and then you're going to spit them back to me on a test. There will be a little bit of that, but for the most part, learning is a social process. You're going to be learning with me, with each other, and even in your interactions, even in reading, you're involved with a social act. And so it will be a little bit different from what you're used to. One of the things that's really important is that learning is very much also about finding your own voice, and particularly in leadership. Leadership, you need to understand who you are, you need to understand others, and you need to understand the organizations. But you need to do that from your own perspective. If you come from a science background or a technology background, you've probably taken courses where the answers for questions are in the back of the book. They're usually the even number or odd numbered answers. What I do in my classes when I'm with students is I actually hand them the book and show them, and they take a look and they say, oh yeah, the answers are there. But then I showed them the textbook that we're using for leadership, and they open the back of the book and there are no answers. And that's one of the things you're going to have to be comfortable with as far as learning goes, is that there are no answers for this. There will be your answers. And I'm here to help you try to find what those answers are. One of the things that I do in every class is I show a clip from Dead Poets Society. If you haven't watched the movie, it's a great movie to see. But I want to play this one clip for you and have you see something about kind of what my style of learning and teaching are and what I think is important about learning.
Why do I stand up here? Anybody?
To feel taller.
No. Thank you for playing, Mr. Dalton. I stand upon my desk to remind myself that we must constantly look at things in a different way. See, the world looks very different from up here. You don't believe me? Come see for yourselves. Come on. Come on. Just when you think you know something, you have to look at it in another way. Even though it may seem silly or wrong, you must try. Now, when you read, don't just consider what the author thinks. Consider what you think. Boys, you must strive to find your own voice. Because the longer you wait to begin, the less likely you are to find it at all. Thoreau said most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Don't be resigned to that. Break out. Now don't just walk off the edge like lemmings. Look around you. There you go, Mr. Christie. Thank you. Yes. Dare to strike out and find new ground.
So from that clip, you probably see that one of the most critical things is that you do find your own voice, that you look at things from a different perspective, that you see things that you haven't seen before. And that's what we're going to try to do in this class. I'm going to show you actually a drawing on the screen right now. And what I want you to do is take a look at and see what you see and think in your head what you see. Now, when you look at this, it's a FedEx logo, and a lot of people will say it's FedEx, it's a logo, it has a registered trademark, it has different colors in it. I think it's purple and orange. I'm colorblind, so I have trouble with those. But some of you may have seen the arrow. If you haven't seen the arrow, look between the E and the X. And if you look between the E and the X, you'll see that there is an arrow pointing to the right. Now, we've seen millions of trucks, FedEx trucks. We've probably seen many FedEx envelopes, and some of us have never seen that arrow before. Now that you've seen that, the next time that you see a FedEx truck or a FedEx arrow, you're going to see the arrow, and you're just going to say, okay, Dr. J, you've messed with my head. That's good, because what this is called transformative learning. What it is that you now see something that you haven't seen before, but you can still go back and see the logo. That's what we're going to be doing in this class, is we're actually going to be working on transforming your vision, transforming what you see, and transforming how you think. And sometimes, again, I said that could be uncomfortable, but bear with it. It'll take some effort. It'll take a little bit of a struggle, but hopefully by the end, you'll see some new things that you haven't seen before.